Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of three documenting our journey to fire, financial independence, retire early. I'll be sharing my full Robinhood portfolio. I'll share all my current numbers in my $2,500 portfolio and outline what individual stocks I bought and why. So like always, hang with me. So what is our strategy with individual stocks? Well, we don't really have any strategy. I personally have been testing the waters with Robinhood for the last 18 months, so I'm definitely a beginning investor in this sense. I want to get more experience with individual stock buying. So here's a snapshot of our total portfolio as of today. It's valued about $184,000, but as you can see, we have less than 1% of our money in Robinhood. We kind of consider this to be our play or our experimental or learning money in this account. Our investment strategy is focused on building long-term passive income with index funds, mainly housed in Vanguard. Again, we're passive or lazy investors, and we have found great success with index funds, like most people in the FIRE community. But we do want to grow our portfolio in Robinhood, but it has not been our top priority until recently. Hands down, I prefer investing in index funds as it eliminates the choices and guesswork needed to invest in individual company stocks. Index funds have a good amount of diversification, leveling out my risk, and have proven to outperform the market. But I am curious to get into other types of investing. Recently, I've wanted to learn more about individual stocks as there may be a sizable amount of opportunity coming based on the market projections. But we don't plan to hold more than 10% of our individual company stocks in our total portfolio when pursuing FIRE. I'll link the outline of our FIRE number to highlight how we hope to build our future net worth here. But I made 4 major mistakes when investing in individual company stocks through Robinhood in the last 18 months. So you won't be seeing big gains in my portfolio like many other YouTubers. Investing isn't always cookies and cream. First mistake, I followed the hype. I got swept into the quote-unquote this is the new growth industry nonsense and jumped into stocks that were trending. Never follow the crowds, as more than likely they're going in the wrong direction. Secondly, I didn't do my own research. I didn't dive into the financial statements, 10Ks, listen to any earnings calls, or so forth on most of the companies in my portfolio. I didn't evaluate the stocks effectively, which is key when investing. Thirdly, I then invested in industries I did not understand. In fact, most of the investments I made, I could not effectively articulate the business strategy or identify the clear direction of the company. I probably read an article and just like that, I made an investment right there and then. And lastly, I was an emotional investor. I watched my portfolio daily and made decisions off of one day or 1 week movements versus a long-term strategic mentality. I remember buying and selling as if I was a day trader. I mean, kudos to day traders, but that's just not for me. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Overall, I lacked clear direction with no solid plans or goals in my mind. I was just all over the place. These decisions led to big losses in my portfolio in a short amount of time. Okay, let's get into the details of my account. But before we get into the numbers, I'm sharing my portfolio to be an example of what not to do when buying individual company stocks. Kind of like my embarrassing investing mistake story. So here's a high-level snapshot of my Robinhood portfolio, but I'll dive into the details in a second. As you can see, the chart is not trending upwards. And I also have a weird mix of stocks, but I've decided to leave this portfolio alone until I can break even on all my investments and eventually get out. One thing I want to note is that I did lose about $2,000 on a stock that went bankrupt about 2 months ago, so this doesn't tell the full picture of all of my losses. So here are the nitty-gritty details in my Robinhood portfolio. As you can see, I'm not doing so hot. I hesitated sharing this, but wanted to be 100% transparent and accountable to myself when I look back on these moments years from now. The total value of my portfolio in Robinhood is just over $2,500 and is forever fluctuating based on the market conditions, especially lately. I ordered it by gains and losses so you can evaluate my performance quickly. All numbers are from inception, not year to date or month to date. The first stock is Glue Mobile, and I have 75 shares of it with the gains of $147. They're most known for creating a mobile game with Kim Kardashian. I'm not a Kardashian fan, nor do I recall why I bought this stock. It was probably after reading one article. Then I have a stock with Amneal Pharmaceutical that was a free stock due to someone opening up an account with my link. The next stock is Helix Energy Group, which I have 12 shares in and is down $70. They provide and support offshore energy industry, primarily in the Gulf of Mexico. I did work in the energy industry a few years ago and must have thought I was an energy expert, so I bought this stock. I am not really clear why I have this stock in my portfolio. The next two stocks are airlines, so I got JetBlue and United. There's no need to discuss these as we know how this industry is going. Also, if you ever look at the P&L for most airline companies, you would never invest in them. I didn't do any research here as well, and it really shows in my performance. We then have Aurora Cannabis, which is funny as I've never consumed this product, but somehow ended up being swept up in the hype. They are one of the biggest Canadian cannabis producers who have been suffering heavily. They are targeting recreational marijuana, but have failed to make a solid, consistent profit. Again, I did not do my due diligence on this company, and it shows again in the results. We also have our dividend stocks in our Robinhood account, and we'll discuss these during our dividend series, but we'll link to our starting position here. Overall losses so far is just under $1,100, not including the $2,000 I lost in the company that got bankrupt 2 months ago, making it a grand total loss of over $3,000 in 18 months. As you can see, I should probably stick to investing in index funds only. This portfolio is a learning for me. It taught me the hard way the importance of knowing your industry, doing your research, and not following the hype. I do hope to grow this portfolio in the coming future, but there's a lot of learning I need to do. Now, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.